Hello, this is eDoc2020 and welcome to my video. Today we'll be looking at this RCA AT-121G television. It was made by their Taiwan branch in 1975. We'll be doing a cold start on this. It hasn't been plugged in for over a day. And assuming this all goes well, I'll hope to use this video as an intro for all of my future videos. This is a 12-inch black and white TV. It's set to channel 3. It's hooked up to an RF modulator being driven from my laptop here, which should give us a nice picture with my logo. So here goes. Plugging it in now. And hopefully this will come up fine. Sometimes when it hasn't been turned on in a while, the horizontal oscillator doesn't start up properly, but we'll see how it works this time. Here we go. It appears the horizontal's running way too low. Sometimes we just turn it off and then wait a minute and turn it back on. It will work. Once it's been working, it will continue working properly. Will it work this time? So close. Okay, third try the charm. No. This is getting frustrating. Maybe if we power cycle more quickly. I'll go touch the controls and see if that makes a difference. Oh. Just seems to have latched on, but it's... But we're not getting a picture. I don't know if the tuning is just a bit off now. check the RF modulator. That's on. We unplug it, we get static. Here. I'm not sure what's going on. How would I just tap the horizontal hold? Nope. Probably started arcing there from over voltage. That's too low. Definitely getting some patterns here. Why isn't it locking? Just make this is with the volume turned up a bit. Getting a lot of interference. Oh. So really? The tuning was off? Well, sometimes it's the simple things. Get the horizontal back. Here's the screen. It doesn't look quite right. Just need slight more adjustments to the horizontal. That's that. Work on the tuning again. It's too far. Okay, hopefully I'll be able to recover the previous video. Something happened with my computer I'm recording this on. So, what we have so far is the horizontal ended up starting up fine. And then weren't getting horizontal sync properly. Tried adjusting the knob. Turns out my tuning was just off. So that's fixed. And I got the sync controls up again. So now let's see how it looks when we turn the TV back on. You know, it's been off for a few minutes now. You know, I'm sure horizontal will come up at least about right. Won't be like screeching wrong like it was before. But yeah, let's see what happens. Should take about 15 seconds until we see something. There we go. And wait a second for the vertical to warm up. And there we go. Looks like the picture is fluctuating in size a bit. But I think we used to have a bit of an irregular mains voltage right now. It's people's air conditioning. Maybe it also could use an upgrade on the filter capacitor, because this is all original now. Now let's see what it looks like when we turn it off. Classic picture shrinking of an analog TV. Now I'll wait a minute and get back to you. And it's a TV. Perhaps I should mention, this TV was advertised as being 40% transistorized. I don't know where they got that number. This thing has, this appears to have exactly one transistor in, I think, intermediate frequency stages. And the rest of this is all tube. Maybe they got their 40% figure because they're counting, semiconductor diodes. But I don't know. Now I'll turn it off again. This time I'm just pulling the plug. Oh, so my hand isn't in the shot this time. Come on. See, this is plugged in close to a switch on the power strip, which I don't want to hit because the camera's plugged into it too. And it will turn off if it loses power. There we go. TV turned off. TV turning back on. It's a TV. Let's turn it off again. Guess now I'll say thanks for watching. And the usual things. If you'd like, subscribe, hit the bell whatever people do these days. Goodbye. If anyone's wondering how I'm recording this and generating the video to go on the TV, here's my Dell Inspiron 8600. This model has, two things that make it notable. Actually, a few things. Key features for this is the firewire port on the side, directly capturing live from, the camera here. Sony Digital 8 Handycam DCR-TRV 310. And for video output, this computer has the NVIDIA GeForce Go FX 5200, which has TV out on this laptop model. And notably, if you set the resolution in Windows to 720 by 480, it outputs perfect composite video with no black borders or anything. And that's why I was using this model of laptop. And then, of course, imagine this is a bit weird in some other ways, because this computer was just serviced by Dell at some point in its life, and it has mismatched parts. There are different variants of the Inspiron 8600, and this is the later cost-reduced model, which has two differences. One, doesn't have whatever they call their track point equivalent, and two, doesn't have serial and parallel ports on the back. When Dell worked on this, if you look at this palm rest here, you probably can't see it, but maybe I can zoom in. Ugh. You probably still can't see it. This sticker is Intel Inside Pentium 4M, which is actually the CPU that was in the previous Inspiron 8500. And this is an 8600. So I guess they just put in the part that's close enough. No one would probably notice. Other than the sticker, so this has the track point buttons. Of course, it doesn't have a track point. And of course I've tried it. These buttons don't do anything. Because I guess you'd actually need the track point for the buttons to work. Either way, this is the laptop I'm using. Oh, bye again. And now let's stop the capture.